Item: SCP-541. Object Class: Neutralized. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-541 was kept in a plain pine wood coffin, some 1.98 meters, 6.5 ft, in length and with a stereotypical hexagonal construction. The lid to this coffin was kept affixed by means of four padlocks, for relatively easy access to its contents. Keys were in the possession of the on-site Level 3 technician heading research on SCP-541. SCP-541 could be removed from its coffin with care. The coffin could be moved with minimal limitations and security measures and proved by and large suitable for continued containment storage of SCP-541. Description: SCP-541 was discovered in Peru in 1988, in the crypt of a local Catholic mission. The mission had been repurposed for several decades, and at the time of SCP-541's discovery was being converted into a youth hostel. The crypt beneath was being cleared for storage, with the corpses within being reburied locally. SCP-541 was discovered when the workers moving the coffin containing SCP-541 noticed wet noises coming from within. Investigation revealed SCP-541 led to local hysteria, then a brief fanatical following of SCP-541, believing it to be supernatural or possibly saintly, akin to incorruptibility. The resultant attention led to a cursory investigation by our agents, followed by a total media blackout, confiscation of SCP-541, and extermination of those close to the object. SCP-541 is an intact set of human thoracic organs, including the lungs, heart, digestive system, etc. Notably, the organs operate in a grotesque but accurate imitation of an ordinary human body. Blood pumped, the esophagus performed peristalsis, and it appeared that the organism as a whole did not decay like normal organs did. What happened to SCP-541's original owner, if there was one, is unknown. The digestive system did operate normally, though there was apparently no need for food. SCP-541 had been sealed for at least several decades before its discovery. Also notable is that the entire system was closed. That is, there was no evidence of blood vessels ever pumping to extremities outside of a general abdominal area and no indications of body structures, for example ligaments, nerves, membranes, indicating that a more complete organism was ever intact. Various experiments were performed on SCP-541 to determine more about it and try to assess any use or adaptation for its unique structure. No container beyond the original pine box was deemed necessary.